Hello folks, this will be a quick tutorial on how to solve the new exploration puzzles in Sumeru. The game does have tips, but sometimes they are not enough. Well, let's get started. Let's begin with the bouncy mushrooms all over the place. You usually jump on them to get a super jump. If you hit them with a pyro, the mushrooms will disable. This isn't that useful though, and to revive it, you need to hit it with a Dendro attack. Anyways, the default mushroom state lets you get a nice jump, but sometimes the jump is not enough. But if you hit these with an electro attack, you will enhance the mushroom and jump even higher. This is helpful to get extra height while climbing or exploring, or, in this case, grabbing an Oculus just out of reach. Oh, and here's another mushroom variant that doesn't do much. It will hit you with minor Dendro attacks, and if you hit it with Pyro, you'll disable it, so I guess that's what it's used for. If you hit them with Electro, they get excited and hurt you even more with more Dendro attacks. Hoyoverse added some weird stuff this time around. Now on to the Dendro air targets. You need to grab the Dendro buff of a nearby pod. Even using Kole or Tainari with Dendro arrows will not activate these air targets. After shooting it with an aim shot and letting the Dendro buff hit the target, it will usually multiply to extra targets. There are several variations, but most of the time you'll need to hit the new targets. Sometimes a lot of new targets will spawn, and for those, it's a guessing game. You need to hit the correct target next, and hitting the wrong one will reset the puzzle. So just do trial and error until you get it right for these types. Another common item are these rocks with vines. For these, you actually need to hit them with a Dendro attack. Keep a Dendro Traveler while exploring, or use Kole that we all get for free. Oh, and they usually do not explode. This one had a bomb next to it that I didn't see. And here's another type of rock. For these rocks with a little Dendro swirl icon, you need to grab one of the Dendro pods nearby and use a charge attack or aim shot. Using Dendro skills will not destroy the rocks. And since I talked about the Dendro pods so much, here's what they are mainly used for. It is to remove the withering areas. In the brownish, reddish areas, you'll find some evil red pods. You need to grab the Dendro pods and then use a charge attack or an aim shot with a bow unit to hit the small red pods. If you cannot find them, then look for the red lines coming out from the larger pod. It will lead you straight to them. After destroying all the small pods, extra enemies will spawn. Defeat the new enemies and interact with the large red pod to cleanse the area. And the red pips above your health bar is the debuff. The more pips you have, the lower your defense, so take care of these areas fast. You can reduce the pips a little bit by activating the Dendro totems or pillars in the area. Now for something more lighthearted. Around the map, you may find some Ethereal Objects. These are not that common, but simple to solve. Just hit the nearby floating seedling with an electro attack. Usually, you need to do extra stuff to the object afterwards to get a reward. Here's one you should see all over the map. These weird yellow plants can help you explore faster. Just hit them with any Dendro attack and they will spawn extra tether points. These usually don't give you a chest, but it can help you move around faster. Now back to another rare object. You can find one of these lens in the middle of Sumeru. After activating these 4 Dendro totems, climb the tower and the lens will be at the top. Use the lens to find and uncover some dark wither spots. Then head towards them. The lens usually spawn extra tether points so you can get there faster. And when you arrive, all you need to do is defeat the enemies that spawn to get a chest. And that's pretty much it for the lens. You don't really need to go back after defeating the enemies. If you do, nothing really happens. Here's another rare puzzle. This one has a glowing spot in a farming area with lots of squares. Just touch the glow and some extra square patches will spawn. Walk on these patches without retracing your steps to solve this easy puzzle. We have seen plenty of these back in Inazuma. Here's another one that I only saw one of so far. It's an oculus surrounded by a shield and some flowers. These flowers do not sparkle, and they have a chat bubble when you interact with them. That means they are actually Woopa flowers. Pluck them up and defeat them to destroy the barrier. This isn't a Sumeru specific puzzle, but a reminder of Woopa flowers, I guess. Okay, 2 more puzzle types left. These are called stone pillar seals. There will be several stones that are tethered to some enemies. Hit these stones with pyro to destroy them. Amber and Yoimiya is great for this since you can shoot them from afar. After the moss on the stone burns away, the enemies will be freed. Defeat them to get your treasure chest. Oh, and look at all those shinies we get from this. And finally, this last puzzle type involves the vintage Lyre. You get this from one of the early world quests in the northern part of Sumeru. When you see these big arches or gates with a green glow, equip the lyre and use it. Follow the notes that glow on the bottom to play the correct song. Then walk through the gate. Oh, and before walking through, you should have an Electro character on your team to make this easier. After going under the gate, you'll need to grab all the seeds within a time limit. The reason why we bring an Electro unit is to make the seeds easier to find. Scattered with these seeds are these purple flowers. Hit them with an Electro attack and it will temporarily make all the seeds glow with a beam of light, making them much easier to find. Just keep looking around for the seeds and shrooms. Once you grab them all, return back to the arch to get your reward. And that's pretty much a quick crash course on all the major puzzles in Sumeru so far. Hope this helps your journey and have fun out there, traveler.